Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you all, wherever you are joining me at this moment. I say welcome to 105 edition of Investdata Trading Academy live with Ambrose. I will tell you that the market is still on the oscillating mode, but the good thing is that I will tell you that the global market in their own mixed trend and sentiment at this hour, seeing to be extending from some of the market into kind of overbought region, especially with the activity that we saw last week, that most of this market are entering overbought region. Just like people said, this is what we call a bull trap, because we are seeing a bear rally in this market. I'm trying to come up. For me, investor in this market, usually the advanced market, should not panic. I always tell people that if you understand how to use your technicals, your stop loss will always be ahead of the market. As we speak now, technicals in this matured market has signal already improve sentiment, but means following the previous week trend. As we speak, Thursday and Wednesday and Tuesday last week, we saw kind of an improvement in this matured market that was sustained. But the danger is that at this point is that there's also a warning sign or a danger that the oscillating indicators or call them momentum indicators are already in a bit overbought region as we speak right now. That is the only fear, and I will tell you the factors that are contributing to this this fear or kind of the setback is as a result of that the last inflation figure that emanated from most of this climate were already hitting a new highs, 40 years high. All of them, none of them slowed down in terms of inflation, and that has also led to last week we saw that ECB adjust rate with about 50 basic points. No, also the fear that US also going to do the same this week is also there, and that you can see that this mistrend continued. But one good thing is that as we speak now, the US market, despite the fear of recession, which is also affecting the price of crude oil in the international market, the US market as we speak is in green. At Dow Jones and the S&P 500, NASDAQ are in green. What and the green. The market, despite the kind of expectation of about 75 point rate hike, any moment from this week, and that so in the midst of expectation of more corporate earnings to hit that market, we are seeing that the market this hour is green for US market. And also, if you look at European stocks market or stocks, I can tell you that they are largely flat, holding to the previous section position. This also tells you that also their eyes also on this the potential or impact of Fed rate hike that will come this week, knowing that in their own territory, in their own zone, they've recently hiked rate. Also, what the Fed rate hike will be on the global market. You know that US rate hike has a way of playing across impact over the other market. For that is why you can see this hour. You can see that there's a bit of flat movement in European market. Nearly all the markets are still flat at this hour just because of this fear. Despite also, we know that there are some crises, political crisis in that environment, in that region. But see, market is still flat, not up, not down. As we speak, most of the markets are flat, just to maintain what we saw the previous day. But if you come back to Africa, look at Africa market is mixed, even as also Asia market remain mixed in this moment. For me, I think this what investors should also keep their gaze on, because as far as this market, global market is oscillating, there's a way of that local market of different environment or different climate has a way of playing of its own way, because it is what is happening in that territory in that zone that also have a major influence in there. Yes, we saw that back home here. We noticed that last week our market also was in a decline, despite that it was a flat market. You can see that there was not a breakout at all, but rather market was looking down for that last week. But I will tell you that this recent pullbacks in our own market here down here in Nigeria, for me, is creating opportunity for a design investors or as bargain hunters try to position their portfolio ahead of what ahead of more earnings. We believe that this week is the last week if you want to go by the rules that after 30 days of the quarter end, that means for those companies that are not going to pay dividend, they are likely to read their results between now and on Friday, because you know that the month will end this way. That means from today till Friday, we expect kind of more rush or inflow of corporate earnings to hit the market, and that has a way of influencing the market. But this morning, we're also seeing that the life of MTN, because of step down or profit taking, we're seeing the price have put the market down to almost around 51,400. Once you get to that technical angle, we'll also look at it. But as we speak, our market is still in red now. But then I will tell you that as far as all eyes are on the earnings season, especially this is the peak period of the earnings season in our market here, because we believe that most companies want to keep to work to the statutory deadline to reach result. For that, most companies will not want to pay fine for that. I will expect it will come this way. But we have seen those results that released earlier this last week. We saw missed performance, but I'll tell you majority of results released last week were in a better number compared to the previous year, and that means most of them are maintaining what we saw in Q1 for those companies. We expect that if that trend is sustained in the ones we are going to see this week, despite they're going to come and rush, but if company maintain that, that will also have a way of giving a impetus to the market. Don't expect that the major player of the market who that provide the hot money or the smart money, as we call it, are those the professionals in the market, institutional investors. And they are the one playing the market, and they also have sustained the market to this level. I believe that with what is happening in the physical market, yes, they were interested in the physical market to play that because of this opportunity this time, because of the rate hike, making an investment in that environment attractive. But I see that most of them also want to balance their portfolio and seeing where also they can hedge against inflation, because most of the investment in that environment, despite the Jewish rate hike, they are still in red compared to the rising inflation. And also, if they are seeing equity that will help them to hedge against inflation. As to speak now, despite the market are still above 51,000, I will tell you the P ratio of the market is the P ratio and also the dividend yield of the market is still attractive for me at this point. That means for those design investors, those companies that have that particular high yield in terms of dividend yield, even at this price, will be attraction, especially when this company release the result and they've done their due diligence, analyze this result, they'll come back, and when they come back, you see they'll see pocket of stock that will be going up in this manner, and that also sustain the market as we speak. For me, there was no cause for alarm for anyone that is playing this market. So there, our market might look a bit slow, or people say, oh, is it time to run? Like I said in the last question and answer, it's not time for you to say we are panicking out of the market, or you want to run away, you want to go cash. Fine, there's a way you can do that. If you're in profit, you can sell, but this is not time to say I'm selling out, but we want to see the strength of these numbers if it will change the face of the market, and that will also be a plus. And also, don't forget last meeting of MPC that they call what we call implemental financing. If that will, let's see, because we know that some sectors of the economy, some industry will be affected by this because of a high cost of fund that is known that is already there because of the rate hike. But let's see how they're going to manage it. You can see that the first banking result also hit the market this morning. I think we want to look at it first before we go to looking at the technical aspect of the market. The first banking stock from ETI hit the market this morning. Then market is here to react to that number, but we are seeing activities in that company as we speak now. But this is a good number for me that is coming from ETI, as an Eco Transnational Bank. That is a transnational corporation. That is good from the bank, and you know that this bank is one of the banks that is spread around there, almost 52 to almost 55 African countries. Not only that, we believe that activities of banking activities in terms of the free trade zone agreement that African country has gone into, that will have a playing impact on this bank and others that are into offshore banking, especially the Access Bank and the UBA and others. For I believe that this one, the result is giving us a sign. And for those also that were in the class, over the weekend, I show you what we call, a kind of the metrics you should use to assess when the company earnings, the quality of company earnings. We talk about growth, talk about value, and talk also for quality of earnings. And if companies meet those criteria we discussed in that class, that's why I said if you have not subscribed to our YouTube, you better do so that you can get all this one that we discussed outside of this class, so you can get it at addition whenever you watch those videos or listen to those videos. Then in that class, we'll go with the criteria. Like this morning now, from the figure that came from ETI, I would say the top line for this the gross earning of ETI moved from 439.49 billion to 530.63 billion. This is fantastic for the first 6 months. And the top line was up by 15%. For those that look at it, you can see whether this company meets that criteria in terms of the top line. Then we'll move to also the PAT, which is the earnings, the proper earnings that you and I as an investor also will be sharing in case they want to pay us dividend, and what will determine what to pay us at the end of the day. The profit after tax of this company moved from 62.55 billion to 77.31 billion, representing about 24% up for the first 6 months of the year. Like I said earlier, that with this rate hike, we expect that going into the future, we expect even in other African countries, you can see that they are all following the central bank of the world trend in terms of a rate hike. We believe that that also has a way of playing, on this financial institution, because of what they are to create, fund. They create money, and they create money through interest rates by lending to the public. We want to see all this playing out, into the second half of the year. As I said, most of the banks between now and end of the year will see a better number from them. If you look at this company as a bank, as I just said, the profit after tax now have translated into, a 1 naira 74 kobo in 2021 to 2 naira 21 kobo in 2022. On this note, we can forecast from this half year result that likely that this bank will give you, at the end of the year, can say, 5 naira from for their full year. Even if they can surpass it, at that age, the kind of dividend to expect for this bank, knowing that because after 3 years they have not paid bank dividend, it just recently start paying dividend. For me, it's a bank to watch if you are thinking of the future against, expectation, against the improved performance. This is a place to also to look at, to take your investment decision. And also, if you look at the profit margin, it moved from 14.23% to 15.3%. That's why I said, if you look to that, most all the things we have discussed in that class, and all the kind of what I tell you, for you to know, earnings quality that has value, growth, and all of. I think this bank of makes all for me is a good number for us to start. This week. This is the first number for this week. Yes, the market news also in the market is that Earth Africa, the Kenya subsidiary, also acquire more bandwidth for operation. We'll call it a Septron of about 2,600 MHz band. For me, it's a good one for us. So you know what is Ether price is doing in the market. The more Ether rally, now that we're seeing MTN pulling the market back down because of profit taking and people sell off. But I believe once Ether also rally, that's why I say that sector is a place to look at, because it's a social service that rendering. No matter the cost of living, people want to be on work on the net. I tell you, every economy is now going on digital. For that, I see that the performance of MTN, Ether will also support their price. That's why I said a pullback in MTN price for me is a good opportunity for those that want to take that position. This is the market use. Also, want to quickly look at the number that came from the two companies that released over the weekend. We saw the life of Africa Prudential results on Friday. Then after our class, then also saw the life of Resta. Resta this morning, surprised that the market is not reacting to that number, but I'm not sure because this company is not into 3 different paying, and also it's just first quarter was just seen. But I believe going to the future, if they are able to maintain the trajectory or the position we saw now, that will also attract investors, especially as we see a change in the environment gradually. We are going to see also the GDP for the second half. Once they come, that will also confirm our expectation of what the state of the economy. But for Africa Prudential, that I see most of you have seen the result, but want to look at it briefly. Africa Prudential, half year 6 month result was also positive and good. It moved from 167 billion to, in terms of gross earnings for Africa Prudential for 6 months, 1.67 billion to 1.99 billion, representing 19.16 up. In that direction, PAT was up from also 857.6 million to 935.8 million, representing 13.1% up. But also, EPS moved from 41 kobo to 47 kobo, and the profit margin had a slight decline from 49.11% to 47.23%. This is the decline. Also in that direction, we saw that also the cash flow for the period was down for Africa Prudential. This is what also you need to know for that company. Then also we saw for the life of Resta Express that also released Q1. This March year account. The Q1 is what that was released on Friday when the market has closed. Then the top line or the revenue of Resta moved from 2.81 billion to 3.24 billion, representing 15.3% up. And PAT, which is the earnings as usual, the bottom line was up by from 67.6 million to 119.8 million, representing 76% up. This is good. And the EPS moved from 7 kobo to 13 kobo for first quarter. And for this number now, you can see from the Q1, you can make a projection of less than 50 kobo at the end of at the end of the financial year for Africa, for Resta, Resta Express. For me, it's also a good one. And the good thing is that if you look at the operating cash flow for Resta, you see that it moved from 266.6 million to 636. This is a good thing. That means for this, but I said that this earnings can support, this cash flow can support the earning, because most investments against the future, and sustainability is what every investor wants to look at in any company that is taking position, because it has a way of what affecting your position, because every investment is against the future, and you want to know, will the company sustain its performance? It is the cash flow of this company to help you to know if the company sustain its performance going to the future. That's why when we are doing analysis, for those that were in the class of Friday on Saturday, then you need to look at sustainability of a company worth earnings, because it is the cash flow that means that when a company earnings is going up and cash flow, I'll say not up to that company, but when the company earnings is going up and cash flow is declining, you might give about kind of a benefit of that for two quarter or 3 quarter, one or 2 quarter, not three. If we continue, says that sustainability of that earnings is not that. But if the two are looking up in the same direction, I think cash flow looking up, earnings looking up, good. That's the strong earning that is sustainable. That means your dividend, no other growth or sustainability for the company is sure, because you can't give what you don't have. That's why you, as an analyst or investor, you need to look at the state of these companies in terms of their numbers, because it is what also price feed on at any given time. That is why you need to understand how this all this play out. Once you understand how it plays out, it's going to go a long way to support your decision to hold or not. Once you're able to do that, then you go a long way with the company in terms of their performance. Yes, quick one. We want to look at the state of the market. As we speak now, I'll tell that the market is still in red. We have seen a pullback already, but to enter or to go to the chart to look at it very well. But at this hour, the market is doing 51,409.85. Market is down with 570.07 points, representing about 1.1% down. I'll tell you, this is the huge kind of decline we have seen since the rate hike on Tuesday. Last week, I think today is the first trading of the week, and this also we are entering the earnings, the peak of the earnings season. For me, investors should not panic, but let's see how the numbers are going to change this trend, because this is what the market is looking to see what the number will look like. If the numbers will support, higher dividend at the end of the day, looking at the Q1 and Q2. But let's see and see. But the ones we just sell this one, I just earlier discussed, ETI is a good one to start for the week. Let's see more number that will hit the market this week. As we speak, in terms of let me start with the high in terms of top trade volume, and I think volume is very, very important. You can see that this hour we are seeing Dangote Sugar leading in terms of volume, followed by Massad, UBA, GT Code, and the International Brewery are the one. But if you look at the market bread, like you have seen, the market is down, but market bread is what is positive. That is, the market is missed at this hour. We are seeing 9 gainers against 6 decliner, and that 6 decliner is led by MTN, followed by Resta, ICO Insurance, Transcorp, and the NGS Group. These are the top losers at this hour, and that's why the market is in red, because of one of the high cap stock, MTN, losing almost 7% at this hour. That's why the market is in red. These are the major forces, but I believe that in terms of market sentiment, we are seeing more buyers in the market, and more than more than sellers. We can see the because of the high cap stock is down. That's why the market is down with this almost 1 point something. Then if you look at the gainers, we have 9 gainers led by CAP, followed by FTN Coco. Then we saw the life of ROTB School, was International Brewery among also the gainers. I see the life of Charms and others like I see Zenith Bank there. Also, we can see the life of WAPCO or Lafayette Africa among the gainers this hour. For me, let's just keep our finger crossed. But the technicals will tell you exactly what is happening in the market. And that's why now we want to move to live chart to see. This is the live chart of the market, which I know you also looking at it already. This is the live chart of the market, but we want to call some indicators to help us this morning to also give us the reposition. And want to use our I want us to use the one like the ADS today to see what is happening in the market. I want you because ADS will also help you to see where the trend is going easily and faster. This ADS this morning, I also want to call on the money flow index and our T line is very very important. That will help you to catch the trend very fast. Money flow is front entering the market. It's very very important. Our moving average exponential. Want to change this to 8. Gold. You can see that if you look at the T line now this 8 days, you can see that the market is above the T line now, and that is a lot of the decline that was seen the life of MTN. You can see that on Friday, market just rested on the T line, but finally today gave up. It's trading up below the T line, and also you can see now that even the ADS can see a cross from down to confirm what kind of a downtrend already, but we need to see until break out this major support level here where the market rally. Then that is where we can say there is another even fear of where is market going. But for me, I think confidence is still here because the market is still on the long run on a bullish trend, but on the short term, you can see correction and profit taking pullbacks in the market. But that should not send any panic as far as we are looking here to see the numbers that will support these prices, because I say that price feed on earnings, and this earnings when it comes, it is the market sentiment to this earnings, the market investor psychology to these numbers that will determine where the price. That's why I said trade the chart, trade the word, the candlestick that brings the news, because once the news comes to the market, it will reflect on the chart, and you can see now that the life of MTN has put the market down below the T line. And once it crosses up again, that's another action. You can see when it crosses, you can see that it remains up here until it breaks down again. Keep your finger crossed on this. There's no cause for alarm as to speak. We look forward to see more earnings hitting the market for this week. And if you come down and look at your money flow, you can see that your money flow continues to look down. But as we speak now, you can see a marginal turn, but below 20. For me, I'll say this is weak. There's no fund in the market this morning, or until we see fund entering the market up. But let's look at 1 hour chart, because it's a very very important tool to look at this short hour chart to give you the position. On the 1 hour chart, the market is still below the T line, but we can see a grip point here to show that yes, there's possible that fund will enter the market. Also for 1 hour chart, you can see that it's looking up, fund is looking up on a shorter time, about 44, whether that one is below 20. For me, it's a good one. And also we're seeing that the ADS here is below. ADS is reading around the the ADS around for me 25, which is also better, because anything above is good, not really better, is good, but that compared to the day chart, anything above 20 is also a good one. But we can see that want to know where the market is going from here. You can see the kind of move up side trend until go up above the T line to on the 1 hour chart before we can say yes, this is the position we are also. So for me, there's no cause for that. Let's speak about the market. But want to chart the life of CAP, see what is happening in CAP. Then we can look at also MTN. Is it the time where it will be the strong support level? We look at the NGS, and also look at the UBA and the Dangote Sugar. Look at this one. Mansard also can look at Mansard if time permits us. Let's check these stocks up now to know their position as live market is on. Then we'll start with the Dangote. The Dangote. Let's start with the Dangote Sugar. On the 1 hour chart for Dangote Sugar, I will tell you, the ADS is still strong, above 30, but money flow is very very weak. Fund is not in the stock. That's why it's among the top trade now. Does not make a move. You can see the money flow is still looking down, and also below the T line. You can see it here for a 1 hour chart. You can quickly look at the day chart for Dangote Sugar. Dangote Sugar, even has improved fine. You can see strength here. But to speak now on a day chart, the ADS is below 20 to read at 19.07. 7, which is good. And our money flow is also coming up here. You can see it. For the price, the stock is still trading like flat on what on the T line. Try to break up but still down. Tested up here down this morning. But we're seeing the volume almost coming to above average traded volume in the stock for today. So let's see if that will also impact on the price, especially as market is looking forward to see the price of what the earnings of Dangote Sugar during the week. We expect all both Dangote Cement all to release the result to the market this week. That will also affect the state of the market positively or negatively depending on the state of the numbers. But I see that this is a good move. You can see that the green one or the blue one is looking up fine, and we're seeing this one looking up. Once it cross 20, it's a good one for the stock. But let's quickly look at the Master. Master seem to see improved volume in that stock. Is that attracting more participants? We need to know again in Master now to confirm in Master. Let's look at Master 2. Master for me is not looking too good. Yes, money flow is looking up, but you will see that it's flat on the T line, touch up but pull back on the day chart. You can see it here, down to almost around 1 naira 94. I was seeing at this point. Let's wait and see what will happen. But let's look at the 1 hour chart for the stock. You can see on the 1 hour chart is below the T line, also the recent decline. I see this the hammer candles formation here. You can see it. And money flow is almost above 50. Good, but looking down slightly. Let's see how I go. On a 1 hour chart, we have seen that MACD is already reading amount 35, which is also good for the stock. On a 1 hour chart, that means a strength. Let's see if this will be sustained in the coming days of the market. That's why I said you need to know the state of the market. Look at 1 hour and a day to see if the position will be sustained. You will easily know when you look at the chart, because it tell you the trading pattern and the psychology of the players in the market at that particular time. That's why it's good to know how to compare your technical and fundamental. Yes, UBA as we speak now, on the 1 hour chart it's not friendly at all. You can see it here. They're broken down another strong support level here to trade around the even around the 720 now. You can see it here. 720. You can see for my MACD is very MACD. Say MACD, so the ADS is very low. This is the weak one. It's 14 below 20. It's very not too attractive. We need to also watch that very carefully. They have not seen a change. And money flow is looking down on the 1 hour chart and also around the 20. For me, let's what it does the sector expectation of the sector, at the same time the interim dividend that we're expecting in the on a day chart. Yes, you can see the day chart here that has been declining for this while. We expect that but now with this one, can see that also try to resist decline and still try to go up here. Let's see, and the ADS is above 20 to reach 24, 24 something. For me it's a good one. Okay, to read around 21 something. Okay, not bad. And we'll see that money flow is still looking down around the 40, 45, 40 points. Fine, but you can see it has broken this support level here. It has broken this one down. It has broken this down. This is a new recent low, but I believe before the stock will touch 7 naira to bounce back if the earnings come and the dividend payouts for the interim also improve. Let's see and see, but let's keep our finger to see the strength of those that will lead in this July. For all these banks that pay dividend, we expect the result in the month of August. Let's quickly look at CAP. CAP is so that is leading this knowledge. Look at CAP. What is happening to CAP? Very, very important. Let's look at CAP. Look at CAP. Chemical and allied products. Let's look at CAP. Yes, CAP is trading. You can see it here on the day chart above the T line green. But wait until break out this level of around once we break out this 20 naira and up before we can say fine. But let's watch. I could tell you that the stock the ADS here is still also okay around 28. Not bad. 28 for me, so not too bad. It's around 28, 27. It's okay. And you can see that it is trading above the T line. After the markdown, consider you can see where it is. For me, let's see how it goes here. Money flow is down low, down low as we speak. Money flow is down low. They come up here to break the 25 on what we say was down low, but still up now in terms of price. They are 10% up this morning. But I see more flow front end to say this trend will be sustained. But at this level, it's just marginally up. Once we see more front end, then that means sustainability of this trend is becoming known. But at this level, let's wait and see what this market will close over this stuff or what the trend will sustain tomorrow as the market open. If one look at the MTN and let's look at the life of MTN, the pullback was saying, let's see what is there for investor. Is it the time to start running or the time for us to take advantage and jump into the stock fully? You can see as we speak now, the data is below the T line. Here, you can see it here, you can see where the price is, where the T line is. Then we expect that this will be, you can see it tested this point here, somewhat the same place. If it reverse at this point, let's see, 13, 2013, 2012, let's see, you can see that is where the breakout started from, up here, pulling back after start trending. Let's see, there will be what a reversal up, for now, especially if they release their number and beat expectation. And this company number latest before 31st, that means Friday or weekend on Saturday, this number might be in the market domain, the market arena to know the strength of this number and the appeal to determine if there's a reversal. Or I said for those that are designing and those that are also in our group, I will encourage this pullback to be another opportunity for you to take advantage, in this stock, because the pullback will make the stock more cheaper. Knowing the cash, increasing the cash inflow that will support the company cash inflow, and also expect that despite the cost of business, we believe that the demand for their service also in terms of product, they have the data and all those card, core card and all those stuff. I believe the data market or data sales is also on increase. We believe that this also change, the performance we expect to. That will be good if the number beats the market expectation. The last one, or not the least, let's look at the NGS. What is happening in NGS as a stock? And see, let's see NGS group. NGS group. Can see, let's see the stock. To speak now, it's still can see for yourself on a play chart below the T line here. The good thing is that again, if you look at this, if you look at the blue and the red here, you can see it's coming up, but the money flow is still below the 20. Once it cross, and this blue one cross the red one, that is a good one. And as we speak now, I will tell you that the momentum in this stock, the ADS is still high. ADS is around the 40, 42, 43. For me, it's a good one for investor. But let's see. Don't know that this company is not a dividend payment company, and also if you look at their earnings for Q1, it's not strong enough. That means it depends on what they release at this point. But I believe also, their property business and others will also have impact their bottom line. But let's see what they have here of this company will look like. If not, the price might go down further if they maintain the kind of performance we saw in Q1. But if there's improvement or change in their performance, and also support the price, knowing that the shareholding is also tight, owned by before stock brokers that are not ready to sell now. Let's do that. But I believe if the numbers are good, you might see a sustained uptrend. But once the numbers go below what performance below what we saw in the last result, that also will not support the price, but rather it will pull it down. Let's see how it goes. I'll say big thank you for your time this hour. I will draw a curtain for today here. But I said looking forward to see you in the coming Q&A and also tomorrow. But like I said, if you have any question, feel free to ask on our social media. Ask once you answer will be provided. And like I said earlier at the beginning, try and subscribe to our YouTube so that you can get any updates of all our analyst hangout, the Q&A and other discussion. I think I've discussed the changing the market dynamic, talking about the economic cycle, talking about the market cycle, then talk about the technical patterns, the overbought and oversold. All these can also get them when you log in, when you subscribe. All these are also value to go there for uploaded. You can also read go to our site for more details on technical. I think this week we have also the technical positions of many of some selected stuff that also go to the site, you get it there. I would say enjoy your trading day, remaining day, and see you tomorrow. Hopefully by God's grace, I remain your Ambrose. Thank you.